It's okay? All right. So, are you guys ready? Should I go? Is it okay? Ladies and gentlemen of the media, following yesterday's presidential and parliamentary elections, Ghanaians at home and abroad have been sitting on tenterhooks awaiting the outcome of the election. Let me say that the data from our own internal collation of the election results indicate that former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has won the presidential election decisively. The NDC has also won the parliamentary election, even though we await final collation for a number of seats. However, I believe ultimately that these will not change the overall outcome. I have just called His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to congratulate him as President-elect of the Republic of Ghana. I said during the signing of the Peace Pact that I was sure of two things: Ghana will win and peace will reign. The people of Ghana have spoken. The people have voted for change at this time, and we respect that decision with all humility. I thank God Almighty for how far He has brought me, and I submit to His will. I am making this concession speech before the official announcement by the Electoral Commission to avoid further tension and preserve the peace of our country. It is important that the world investor community continues to believe in the peaceful and democratic character of Ghana. These are our most important assets. Ghana is more important than our individual political ambitions, and we must always put Ghana first. While this was not our desired outcome, I say this is part of the democratic process. We put our best foot forward in the contest, explaining our policies and programs. However, it is sometimes the case that the voter would have other ideas. I am very proud of the efforts of our campaign team, and I thank them very much. I assure His Excellency John Dramani Mahama of my full support in the transition process. As committed Democrats, we pledge to ensure that we have a very smooth transition so that the business of government will continue seamlessly. The MPP would offer the needed support to the new government in a very responsible way. Ladies and gentlemen, we have conceded defeat like any consummate Democrat would do, but we have not abandoned the fight to transform Ghana and expand opportunities to all sections of our society. We will not be a disruptive opposition, even though we would subject government actions and policies to strict scrutiny in the interest of our beloved nation. Our MPs, I am convinced, will do a thorough job to advance our democracy and ensure that the citizenry gets the best out of the democratic dispensation. To the rank and file of the New Patriotic Party, I know the feeling hurts, given that this is not the result you worked for. I know you would feel there is darkness ahead. That is natural, especially when in all sincerity you gave the assignment your all. But I assure you that we will regroup and come back even stronger. We will take stock of events and pick lessons to guide us going forward. In the interim, I urge you all to look into the future with optimism and hope. We may have lost the battle, but not the war. Let me also use this occasion to congratulate all MPs-elect, with special emphasis on those from the MPP side. I would like to use this opportunity to thank His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, for his support and guidance over the years. I extend sincere thanks to the First Lady, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, for her support and wise counsel throughout my tenure as Vice President and during the 2024 electioneering campaign. I would like to thank my wife, Haja Samira Bawumia, who has gone over and above the call of duty in her support for me. My thanks also go to my children, my brothers and sisters, and the entire Bawumia family for their support. I also thank my running mate, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, and his wife Alma for their strong support in this campaign. I am eternally grateful to our revered traditional rulers, religious leaders, and the generality of Ghanaians for their support. I thank former President Kufuor, the Council of Elders, executives, and the rank and file of the New Patriotic Party for their solid support. To all Ghanaians who voted for me and the MPP to implement our proposed bold solutions, I thank you for the confidence you reposed in us. To all Ghanaians who didn't vote for me and the MPP in this particular election, I thank you for considering my proposals, even though you exercised your right to choose by settling on the eventual winner. Let me also thank the Electoral Commission for overseeing yet another transparent and fair election in Ghana. I also thank the security services for their role in maintaining the peace. My thanks also goes to the media for their excellent reportage. Ghana has won. Thank you very much, and may God bless you, and God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you.
The victory of Muhammad.
You a tear for a mojo and moquaba ediba today Ghana News TV so and a Sunday on Saturday we can see PA a reanette set and some SC and ne a nijida and ne a mosependa and ne a abotoya moda Today Ghana News TV in film or trade and as in film and send na ye twemu and a brand die te if ye so it to Ghana 44 Eka Ghana amamu hunsem amamu boni Dr. Bawumia ne Kufuado at the break Ghana sa Ghana for muti ya sopem mode ye futu ene ye guest futu ni checho mo de buy mode aye adwuma enra Ghana for ekwa abato so makoto aba amakin kan ye no the victory of JM has indeed come again. Yeda Ghana for say enunti ene enumre ihia ya eye abato post election analysis and a day bro 1 hour yene mpanyinfo akuda mo 9 in a petition komo chairman akwa ewo UK Ireland NDC chapter one wo and we former chairman sorry and Kwame Achiman or your NDC communication officer ewo Freiburg Germany and afi Dr. Lawrence best show ababe kan ho United States of America or NDC communication team and yenua chairman of NDC Diaspora Communication Network, Benedict Kunadu Yadum, or also Edini Kui, our South Africa, and Omo Asia and Nenumre. And Yanamu Yamokwaba, and about today Ghana News TV, so and Nenumre.
Africa. Yeah,
I said, the massive brace, Yaba Mona, so much brain, na Nenumre, next Sunday, may a sure say, will be a Yahumboa for wiki a Jumayane idea. Next, so Ghana ho dog, Ghana who and this who don't tea much bread aba na Yamokwaba, Yakai tea for now before say, you made the end of high 93.7 FM. I watch him, mine, and an important Eastern region when the year came. And after the King's Radio offer Jumedi with life, Sakina Information Center, and so after Jumedi live, I want Malay. Sorry, Tatali, Nanata Frimu, and then information, Sakina Information Center listeners in Yada must say, oh, Juma Pa. Say more overwhelming endorsement. Ama NDC and Papa John Dramani Mahama and parliamentary candidate here that must be brave. Jaframa TV so for media live and Fans TV also so for media live. Today Ghana News TV on all our social media platforms used to me live. And I think we're joining here Wadaroma. Like the page and share the program for others to have access to this show. Yankopon shall say wajibre now wabeka home. Afi me ko na makocha ma na ho na afi ya bonetew and ye the with 1 hour sharp na afi ye de ko and then we long talk bia post letter we na afi ye de ko ye no no yo chama na kwa I think 2 days ago we met on this show.
That's right.
A day before the elections and all of us were very anxious and very, as it were, nervous about how Ghanaian electorate going to decide yesterday's elections. Now, elections in Basundra, and then so far you've heard something. Can you take us within the next 5 minutes how the whole electoral process went yesterday? Results never know about collation, any counting of ballots, any your friend say parliamentary candidates are winning no more lusu. How is your assessment, post-electoral assessment? What are in the next 5 minutes, please let it flow to us.
Mr. Host, with the Nibidi Medawas, no mechi my other colleagues at the other side. Now, Marcus Avieno, me pese. Me celebrating, having me celebrating me. Now, I would like to greet the incoming president, that's John Dramani Mahama, and Professor Jane, for the hard work. And again to the party chairman, in fact, and the entire party team. We have a host of diaspora comrades who are still in Ghana, who are supervised election. Most of them were in Kumasi. The monitoring and now this Mr. Kendi PC who has been elected, that is PC Blade, Sekendi for Washington. Asiedun Katia has been a brilliant. Now move on to the election. You see, Mamika Bibi Kakrebi, my small analogy and son of my commit submission, but still within my 5 minutes. Ghanaians have really decided today. Ghana for one menu so one who papa watch politicians in there. We can't take them for a ride. You see, Alfred, there was a history. A chief be not a war country be. The chief was so arrogant to the extent that he won't listen. Even when the people were struggling to survive, the chief will not listen to their people's concern. Now, when the chief died, the chief didn't die. Even the chief himself produced what we call statue. No, the statue needs to see the center of the city because he was still the chief until he was able to put the statue in the middle of the city. And nobody could touch the statue. And when the chief died, you know what happened? The citizens moved the statue and went and dump it in the forest. And statue needs to see forest one way. No, because the people don't want to see the statue in the city again because the chief was so tyrant, so arrogant. Because of new behavior, they have to move the statue to that forest. The chief was called Ozymandias. I think there's a history behind it. You see, NPP, Nana Akufo-Addo, and Bawumia, though I thank Bawumia for conceding defeat. That is good. 8 years in social Ghana for firm. 8 years, the nepotism behavior of this group, family and friends business of the governance. 8 years of crass incompetence. Colossal amount of money Omaji in the name of the country to develop the country. So when they were Ghana for watch the development of what they are coming into election. Ghanaians, well done. What Ghanaians actual politicians there, you can't take them for a ride. Now, election Ankasa per se, they started nicely. The way it's all started, though there were a bit of delays here and there, but everything went on. People did the voting nicely. But the problem that we are experiencing now has to do with the Electoral Commission. Because the colossal amount of money the Electoral Commission has collected from the government to develop their electoral management system, they should be even faster than the political parties. They should be even able to produce their result faster than the political parties. Because the Electoral Commission is funded by the state. So how come that when people go into election, you can't produce your result within certain frame time? You see, initially, Alfred, we used to have the polling station. We used to have the constituency collation center. Then from there, they liaise with the national for the results. Yep. When they came into office, they've introduced something called regional collation. And that thing has added a bit of delay in their approach of the result processes. Meanwhile, when NDC was advising them that, look, some of your arrangement is just slowing the system down, this electoral commissioner, you see, Jane Mensah, will not take advice from anybody. Well, election every opposition candidates will admit defeat. By now, the Electoral Commission should have come out and given out the result, even if it is not all. By now, maybe 50% or 60% of the result should have been out, so that we are left with 40% or 30%. This lady had the press conference today only to tell us that, oh, there's a robust arrangement. You have to go through what they call Who cares? Ghanaians want the result. So you need to make sure that we need to refine the arrangement, the management system in such a way that as soon as the coalition, the polling stations finished, the time is up, they get a pink sheet, they go into the coalition center, they collate the result, bam, it's in the National Center for Declaration and Announcement. So why are they treating Ghanaians as if, I mean, with the election per se, the initial one was okay, but the EC arrangement is creating tension in terms of the
Thank
final.
you.
So it is something that as a nation, we need to have a look at it. When NDC come to power, we are there already. What we need to do, Alfred, before I land is that, look, we need to review some of the election management body, the regional system that they put within the constituency and the national. We need to do something about to reduce this wastage. Thank you so much, Alfred.
Thank you very much for your submission, Chairman Kwesi Apquah, from the UK Ireland chapter. Thank you so much. Let me go to Kwame Ajiman, NDC Communication Officer in Freiburg, Germany branch. Germany Freiburg branch. Yeah, Kwame, now elections you what they did when you did as communication team member. So far, how did it go, and where you sit? Are you satisfied with the results so far the NDC have chalked? And if yes, how did the NDC do it?
Oh, me Alfred, me da wase na me de aseda kese amanya. Before then, no, me ma Ghana for nyina hu sa atade we si. Se sa atade we e atade bi a enya atade kwa. Eno ana Ghana for etusi so mbese no. Impie nwotwe eni impie du ni impie du mi no we ni mu. Me nua me da wase. Me da wase wi no ma me fa kwanya we si so na me fa Itirinkwa Emma Ura, President-elect John Dramani Mahama, and NDC fraternity. Yen penny phone na me cast me body and made mistake. Esan say Ubia Kokonden, and yet Enqualakum. If you were Chumuya, oh my idea, Papa, Ubi Biala, if you so basic form. Na me fancy a kessie, Emma, me ankasa minuya. Set or chabie or kaswa baby will be a michel communication director ubumo kaswa why are dear papa na miakasa makunta papa ura Johnny Aqua udi also whatever also why are they boom na machia mere if you dance so baby will be a michel also kuma say medma na me fa mani nchire Denmark me chia me bra ura Samson osei wakutu onu nua Samson osei wakutu na Mary akutu na menchia se wakutu ono so Apostles Continuous in Church. Oh, kumase. Busia. Me di meni edi abatwa ya to Ghana nyina chia. Abatwa we say eye soronko. Ema amanyuko NDC. Edi ntra meka sa. MPP abetna kunya we say so emfie nwotwe. Ede Ghana bepa o yaw ni ahohihia ene ekom na Ghana for akere say Bombali can say also you can fool some people sometimes but you can't fool all the people all the time. Ekere say ubetimi ejimi nkofo bi ebriti e bi wetuntimi njimi nkofo nyina e abri nyina na Ghana for akere titru da bia won say Alfred da bia me ba me bo eko Ashanti region sanse me ho na me free ho na say o what they sebe anoma akura be gina MPP a ye beto ama no na enne ekere say the table has turned esan say omokai intimefa kwanya we see sunuma da santifo nyina se titru ona omukotwa muketi a omuhu kadetia project ene niema owura John Dramani Mahama otena kunwa so mfie nan otimi yeye no omakai say ayi biafo obetini ababeye na I me de say about we edna ye nya no 100% without any pinche bia bet so oman bi so a kebi anke yeti different news but eyi oman Ghana de as da be menya kupon simple de asibia na eye just significant kitua bi enye ade e hye da ye news bi a international news be bitima carry best say the name of Ghana. Meda yɛn mpanyinfoɔ nyinaa se yɛ communicators both local and diaspora baabi mu obiara no ɛma mo 100% makonkonden mayɛ adeɛ na today Ghana TV ɛno so masa ma mo 100% mabɔ adwumaden mode mafidie kɛsɛ so abɔ dawuro akyerɛkyerɛ hia sɛ ɔsɛ Ghanafoɔ sɔle ɔmo gye ɔman no free ahohiahiam makyerɛkyerɛ sɛ ne hia sɛ ɔsɛ Ghanafoɔ sɔre na ɔmo gye ɔman no free sɛbe awudifoɔ nsɛm mayɛ adeɛ papaapa wɔne wapamfo nyinaa ɛne me producer ɛsiane sɛ mo ansɔre a nka Ghana next year da bia meka sɛ ɔmayɛ mmiɛnsa ayɛ kum mmienu na wode ahyɛ fridge mu na wowin kakrakra ɛsiane sɛ baabia na ɔman no kɔ no na atete apansam me nua afra wobɛkae sɛ ɔpon ɛfrɛ sɛ yi gate no mo yɛ nyinaa sɛ ɔmo da so gye covid levy wogyina hɔ nyinaa wantumi ahunu sɛ wogye covid levy a woyɛ yi ɛfrɛ sɛ yi gate a ɛnyɛ yi na de Nyankopɔn aka no waka sɛ ɛbrɛ no so a wopa ɛfrɛ sɛ rentine bɔtɔ di pona adaka wontumi nyɛ hwee Ghanafoɔ ayɛ adeɛ abatoɔ no maybe ase dɛ ɛtɔ so bɛsan ma friends abambɔfoɔ mu kɔdii abatoɔ no akyi ɔmo nso ayɛ adeɛ papapapa obi biara a ɛnam ne nsa so NDC yɛtumi adi nkunim no maybe ase dɛ mu ɔdene ɛbɛfiri otwedi ampo Nyankopɔn wɔde ama no ɛsiane sɛ ɛnyɛ bɛtɛ ɛmfie nwɔtwe sɛ yɛba bɛtena akonnwa wɔ so ama Ghanafoɔ ho atɔ mu na mayɛ no opposite side sɛ mo ba bɛkuyɛ ɛne yɛnhu enti obi biara nam ne nsa so baabi ne sika na hoɔden titiriw me ankasa me nua ɔkyaadeɛ ɔde ne ka mu a esi so sɛ NDC bɛba aba bɛtena akonnwa no so me nua me makonta Johnny Akwa ne sika na hoɔden ne nim de ne bibia ɔde wura mu ɛnyɛ ɔmo ko nipa bebree atontom mo agapade just to fight to redeem Ghana from this bondage of MPP. Na enhyira nka Nyankopɔn sɛ yɛbrɛ anyɛ kwa Nyankopɔn atie sufrɛ ɛsan sɛ deɛ na ɔman ne kɔ no menua na ɔman no atete apansam Ghana ne enim no na nyɛ Ghana JM ja hɔ no na nyɛ no Ghana ɛno na ne hu no ne nti yɛde aseda bɛma Nyankopɔn yisi nso ɛbɛbɔ na ba so na futuo kakra me de bɛma no ne sɛ ɔman no abɔ ho ka ama odwetiri ama osika sefa di sɛ dwumadie kɛse wi akyi enti wunya bibisa ɔsɛ ɔma wo na yɛnti ahwɛ Ghana ɛwɔ no sɛ asɛmusi anadu 2 o'clock na sɛ news anase graphic ekari a odi 6 o'clock the whole Ghana baabi obi abenya paper newspaper na wo mu live enti omo nim kra na ɔsɛ ko mutimi sua free newspaper for no omo yɛ den no mutimi distribute all this friends printed within nationwide just a few not a day said graphic eka someone carry news within just one night the whole Ghana baby could be abenya biato na the whole easy ya ma musika ya ma akande bia se fabo friends about who ebra no ya to abawie almost 24 hours ni untimi enkeka at least 50% kwana it's okay senye friends say imagine woman na so no mo so mo ye hwea enye ya ka bia this am get different news because justice delay justice deny say ye to abawie na say wo betwen ema na kwachira ena mankofo bebre enya kwanya edi sebe ensemfu na say omo ye ense emfatal enti efutu ambema yisi say next time bia no see ye to aba or somebody ni me egu akwam because ye pon 5 enti by the counting of ballots the ballots by the close of or 12 hours a year there was at least more than half of the country there was yet me friend say sika ogie no nye ho nduma na sebe o ye no enti mesre say omokeka omo na ba bia du no de o ye hwie nyeyi na NPC so ya me adom ni enye mo nkonwa no so ye dia aseda be Nyankopɔn mo bibia la tiri nkwa na mo so asebe mo antime nya no so no achia emuye ye nyina ye beka bom na yetime bo man no man akode
yeah that's kwame say was over there wadwempo e de aba afi mame ko eye yenua Bennett eho na me ono so ne talk Bennett was South Africa na what do we need the about to I believe say since the past 3-4 years you've been always there to communicate the policies of the NDC to Ghanaian voters both home and abroad. Now can you say the message you sold has been bought by Ghanaians? And if yes, what do you have to say to Ghanaian voters?
Minia, medase P. I'm a Faponian and I'm in chair, and I'm in chair, yeah, for near her for. Mencha me co-panelists so. I'm in Fancha Cassia and Kofi and Koma, Era Dramani Mahama, president-elect of our country, and the party leadership, Elfie. Say, Yen Enim Juma, Patino, and Yenina Yabo. Ti Yabu Yenina Huabaso, say, Yen second independence, no, Yamea Domina Abamu. I mean, I said, okay, and a bay in Fiena Chomono. Yenina de Ghana, ye didn't Ghana and Punto and Ghana and come to your battery, say, be fight it until say Ghana be a fan with debut, because you won't say, Sebi, a Kufuado, and a Napampo. Ghana ye didn't know omo Cocoso. Ain't no, never say Casama Ghana for it's ye. And pass so, and Ghana for at ye Casa, a car battle or no. Omo sampa enkomo eno mudi no etomasum na emom enye enkomo eno kan kwa na etomasum ene ahokyere wo man mu no se de bimu kan ne se wo hwe wasetem na wato aba ma wogide se omo hwe wasetem mu ansa na mo to aba dan se obi kwa be convince obi na me previous speakers ne kasa omo kan se ba ko ka se Ashanti region na awase emi eni ko na yehwese betime I appreciate it in terms of votes na ohwe numbers free Ashanti region by na echesampa minenu Asante for ye honey free yenenu Asante for omatie enkasa omahwe omasitem ato abapa minua asada kese na yekode ama Ghana for e da asada kese echese yenim say ebewini na emom margin na yenya nesisi no emi say omom susu ebenya say na yeketua bi enti ne de aseda kese ekọ e de ama yen Ghana fo nyina na menua on say Ghana fo asase akasa a complaining about how on man we Kufuado any Baumia abu man for the last 8 years and yen name say ahokyera na wo man mu na anodi mia no ofa na okra enoma e free UK na okra no man in 2016 no okra 5 containers in a month menia Abraham no okasai okra 1 container in 3 months e kire se ne sikasem ato ape e kire se na hoodin a odi adwuma no ekofom menia obekaya Abraham 2016 Dr. Baumia ene nanado epre kunya no asemba akọ omukama no to Ghana for trim epa ene se omubeka se Sidi no ahoden akofom against the US dollar and intino yehwe so ne ento abampantia yewura John Dramani Mahama ama mpa Ghana for tie ye abra na omukasa na Sidi na ahoden no against the dollar no 4 cedi to $1 omba be fa kunya mfie enwotwene no Sidi na move from 4 cedis to $1 no to 17 Ghana cedis to $1 and now inflation is here and number about 28% away your chrome menua omanimu ayedin so bekaya na ye complain so omanimu ayedin asamba akwa na MP before kapa se ombeka kire ye say omo the free status aba nanso so ye nyina enim say ye nyina de ma ko school ni bi ye nim ka a yabo any time na ye ko school na school no enye free no e ka na yebo awofo hwe we nyina de gunsani ani ana mu se da bi engofo omo do ma no na nam ye ho enti na wo so omo ko abato na omo kire Ghana force omo kire nanado ene ne Baumia se sebe Ghana for ne ehuru ene mu nkosoro biem na abato e to no na no no enra no e abato a na ye showcase your strong sense of understanding of politics in 2024 ne ye more much as ampa na Ghana for ya dwen nyini Ghana for ampa ene ye nti ase o politics mu no ekosoro tetena na ye ka se me de sebe me asantini nti betoma party A no santete ne say eni ho biem sebe eye primitive thinking ene Ghana for nyina hu se ya setenam impuntuo ye mankanko ene yo se hwe ne to aba eno ana NPP for Ghana for ahwa yakoto aba ene vote margin no presidential no vote margin about 1.6 million ebi NC da not even during the time na yewra Rollins take konya so 1992 kwana itimi etoke that amount of success no e kire say asetene mu aye din o man mu and what say an alternative policies e dey baye ebi ti say adwumawura aye si ye be ma mabunu a wo paso mo call into poultry farming no ye be support wo mo with chicks na ya mo cooks ni ade a o mo de be ye adwuma no na yetima supply as yetima produce enkoko a yeso be di o man mu na ye mfa sika kase enkoko enkoko mfa mo man no eto Ghana for asum na de onyame be ye bia ye obeka ya abra Euro John Romani Mahama kasa o boss our policy ni so no amanfo kone a certain joke around it mo kitin emma it create a certain amount of awareness about the program now Euro John Romani Mahama ede ato nkrata so ba obeye no ni nyina ka ho bi na ama enne Ghana for ato aba ede ama yen policy bi ti say you can't see a bar the $10 billion ebe she infrastructure mu in the next 4 years it just afibia the 2.5 billion dollars ebe she infrastructure mu schools are dying hospitals roads electricity in so ya just say ba ya the sense cannot ebe wura sanoma we say mu ya kan amana to Ghana for asum because him say Euro John Dramani Mahama ebe fa kodwa mfie na no enoma oye na chesa ampa o mayen sa promise we ya ye top one obetima ye it Ghana for 8 years ansem we say Ghana for 8 years ansem we and na me no ka say ye ma ekọ secondary school a omko a 2 weeks na be di fie 3 months omko school ko di 2 months na be di fie 4 months awfo boka Euro John Dramani Mahama say oba no be invest massively ewo education infrastructure say dey ya ye betimi accommodate numbers na increase no na young compromise quality fansem we ato awfo akoma so and ye she Ghana for nyina bo say asem we ka kire omo anti omo dina so to man no ye ma omo nsansi from the biara da
mo that's it
ye mu bi ye to omo si o say ye be fight until say Nana Akufo-Addo ene ne kaba e be free konya so and ye kan repeatedly e ka kire Ghana for say a vote for Bawumia is a vote for Akufo-Addo. A vote for Bawumia is a vote for the extension of this regime as say Ghana. A vote for Bawumia is a protection for Oforiatta any Esla Usumo. And Ghana for atie yasamo ya de two money. The medical can ye mamun sense from the Biarada. Ye mamun sense from the Biarada. Ye John Dramani Mahama aye bida, aye bida. 10 years back in the fight against corruption. Nanamu 202 year between 2012 and 2016. Our no saw the member of parliament apparently Ednuko General Court a year Mr. Abuka Pele Ednuko General Court and by court didn't cast uncle them fear and some fear 9. Then Nebekaya Victoria Hammer ended around for Kodin Komo Ekacha around for so no $1 million obey jai politics. Abrano ye deputy minister. What none the kind of keke or uncasses can win. All the neighbor wanting Euro John Dramani Mahama as on a pass a unique Floramo. A Chelsea Euro John Dramani Mahama, he's got the tenacity to fight against corruption. And if there is one reason why in Ghana for about we are, the level of corruption are about we move. Now Euro Akufo-Addo, and then no clearing agents, now all clear officials are on we engaging in serious crimes against our country. And Ghana for more to about Eddie Achese and Pamu GDA or NDC more GDA with the leadership of Euro John Dramani Mahama and the Ekache want to say Emu sense from the Biarada.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Say Ghana Libya Ebenya dear or deserve it.
Mo yeah, that's it. Bennett. Bennett Kunadu Yadom, chairman NDC Diaspora Communication Network. That's SO also so talks out with the upper. Yeah, say Nanki trained Dr. Lawrence. I think that Dr. Lawrence na humano HP inti Onyambe Kai sa inti said Dr. Lawrence Madia. As I'm a coach chairman aquaho na mako busame say his NDC I really what next? What should Ghanaians expect? Wouldn't NDC disappoint Ghanaians? Yeah, panel Benjamin panelists. So I joined today. We're also in the meeting. Guys, we today Ghana News TV. Election 2024 special edition show. Yeah, the air bro. Today Ghana News TV. So you made the NM high 93.7 FM live and the King's Radio. And so for Jumedi we live. Nanata Frimu. FD Jumai wo Jumedia tum Sakina Information Center. Tatali. And after Jaframa TV. So for Jumedi live. Fans TV so is to make media live and most of the affiliates a brainy a intimate moment in Fadaroma main can message kakra na yamfed media no and to us so let's see the messages and the comments that are stripped in. I will read them quickly and then we proceed to the second round of our discussion. Yes, we NDC Diaspora Union or here you two will say. Good evening, comrades. It's very shocking that the EC is not able to announce a single result. Ghanaians have spoken, and nothing can change it. Greetings from Amsterdam, Holland, and also the buyer. Asempa Hene Boache Facebook or say greetings, my brothers. We are in a joyous mood in Achim Himan and its environs. Thank you so much, and continue. The victory or the feel of the joy, okay? Where George Jemfi at the about say a yezu and what you so fear and what you so say a yes. Maybe boating a you to say I can't stop dancing. God, we thank you very much watching from Lisbon, Portugal. And maybe supporting so the Ediaba. Afi Frimpong Befi or say, God bless all the voters who voted for the NDC and John Mahama. Greetings from Akuse near Sumenya. Matilda Dansoa or see you guys have really done a great job. Kudos. And Matilda. So at the Ebaye, I will born and say, Yang Fans TV, also say, oh, we defeated them and their soldiers at Aflawo voters. Let's see which other messages. Nanata Frimo also at the about the party is continuing till Monday evening. Greetings from Tatali, Northern Ghana. After Robert King pay your Facebook, Robert King say, in fact, I'm very proud of Ghanaians for coming out in their numbers to vote for the great NDC and John Mahama. Greetings from Paris, France. And Robert, so Edinburgh, yeah. Lady Mal too, our Twitch. Lady Mal too say, I knew it, John Mahama. I knew it. John Mahama is going to win, but not in this large margin. Watching on Twitch from St. Petersburg, Russia. And I did my two also Ediaba. Sikapa family say, I am rocking my NDC t-shirts. Watching from Jumapo near Koforidua. Kwasi Insia say, the country is very much awake now. John Mahama has come to rescue Ghana from criminals in government. Or here on Facebook. And that was sincere at the buyer. Africa from TV. Also today Ghana News TV. Thank you for the collaboration. You are live on our platform in Raura in Uti region. Thank you so much. Kweku Yevo. So they say good evening. Your panelists are very knowledgeable. Watching from Suhum in the Eastern region. Patience Darkon say good evening. Watching from Hamburg, Germany, and a patient also at the Abba. Afi Yenhe said message be of Bima Ghana in fear on Facebook. Good evening, watching from Bosusu near Infantiaqua South District. And Ghana in fear by George Jenfi was a zoo. Now I just saw maybe I will be a for way today Ghana News TV special edition show and the bro election 2024 and Kosonra about one the NDC coalition at me who say ya win landslide and the opposition NPP party so are considered defeat, but now the electoral commission constitutional man quite say obey declare presidential elections. So far he has not been able to live up to task. You go so train now. Men call me panelists when I'm in Kwaji afi my last thought will be 5 minutes. Now for the median abbey. Chairman Aqua. Now your party has won. What should Ghanaians expect going forward?
Yes. May that say. Now the question is Bisano. What's the Bisa? You see, Alfred, election occurred this Saturday. In Yoma Okomono, the sort of result you're winning, me ever since I got myself into politics, no who beat them there. It's quite massive. Just by that, JDM had 1.6 million to win the election. We call the parliamentary candidates area now. What Ghanaians has given NDC, that means we have a total control to manage things. Inti your best friend, young Papa John Dramani Mahama. We know that he has a lot of challenge because NPP, a kawa woja to war and sana work on easy. But your best friend, one of the major things that we need to start doing as a government is that we need to do something called fixing the economy, uniting against poverty for Ghanaians. Ghanaians were looking at the economy. Until when NPP people were just dangling around free SHS, it is a must that every child must go to school. But parents need to put food on the table for their family. So the issue of the economy is very important. So we need to sit down and look at fixing the economy and the poverty in the system so that everybody will get food on the table for the family. The issue of the commodities, the expensive nature of commodities, we need to do something about it. After so, in your mama economy will grow up. So things like infrastructure, things like the roads, things like the proper communication connectivity. It is very important. The roads linking up to the cocoa areas and the farming area, we need to work on. You see, Dramani Mama, no, yeah, damn roads in here, MPP for Bay, no, we do. Damn roads now, all connect cocoa farming now, we need to do something about it. The water body and the Galamsey too, we need to put a team, Nankasa Wakanoba, to review the mining system. We don't have to make sure that when you say yen one of war on unemployment, we need to find something in place for them. Because although BRDD and yes system whereby within the MPP, only few people they go and carry the money from the Bank of Ghana, then they go and buy the dollars, then they go and hit the dollars on their bed, then they create inflation. And when you then one gets will create inflation with the stealing of the cities to buy the dollars. That's what they did. Again, Alfred, NDC, I mean, when we are in government, people can criticize us. They are not afraid. Like how they are afraid to criticize Nana Akufo-Addo MPP. When NDC is in power, very soon they will also be criticized. Your best friend, the area of promoting good governance for Ghanaians, it is very important. We need to listen to Ghanaians. When they are complaining, we need to listen to them. And the issue of what we call our policing in Ghana, we need to review the police structure, the police council. Because you see, Alfred, in every country, if the country obeys the moi, It depends on the system, the police system that you have in place. Because if you have a police structure which is working well for everybody, not that because I'm a politician, when I go and do something, the system can't get me. No. The police should allow to do their work. I wish we have independent police that will work and work well. Like election now, here comes CCI. Anybody who is found holding weapon at the police station, that person must be arrested and be prosecuted. So yeah, the system to hold there. Let's reset the system. John Dramani Mama say, "Oba, one of the major things over there, you want to reset the system, the economy, the infrastructure. So the system now, na Kufuado need Baumia, Woja to Wama, and this, we need to reset a lot of system, the economy,
Thank you.
the infrastructure. Now, me the best, because this is my last, the best Ghana for. We like to say a big thank you for the amount of vote awarded NDC as a political party. This has never happened before. It is massive. I would like to say a big thank you to them for that massive vote. And again, Alfred, you and your team for the past 8 years, you've really done your service by providing this sort of platform for us to talk. Again, my big thank you go to our brother Kevin Terra in America. He has also played a major role. So we'd like to thank people like yourself and people like Kevin Terra and other media station in Ghana who has helped this change to take place.
Yes, Damasi. Thank you so much, Chairman Akwa. UK, Ireland. Afi, MC Matese said Dr. Lawrence Ahumanatum. Temen Konam, Dr. Lawrence Akwaba, Namenye Toto, no Bono, your friend 2 in 1, because Dr. Lawrence and Nahumanam Timandiam 1 year, he couldn't join us on time. So I'll give Dr. Lawrence about 15 minutes for him to digest what has so far happened. Yesterday, Dr. Mwakwaba, you came on the show yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And before the closure of the show, we were talking about, we were actually not talking about, but then speculating and anticipating how, because we realized that if we must say low turnout, low voter turnout, and we didn't know who and where something is going to fall and all that. Now it looks like the skies are now blue and clear. So far, has your expectations been met? And if yes, can you actually, is it time for you to say kudos to Ghanaian voters?
Yeah, Alfred, the Dikano, Maminfa, a chopper, Emma, Watie for any washer for say, Mantimia, Masontem. One says, social manim crowd, I'm sorry, and chair, because Endra victory, no, a shaky the foundation of everywhere. And my phone also there acquires a correlation center, no. Everybody wanted to know how the results were going and who is leading and by how much and all that kind of stuff. Until me sorry, my business, and then I have to go to some radio interviews and we cry me over so I'm saying no. My assure when the producer say about me and maybe nimwa be show and whatever it is, no said 5 minutes cry and maybe ama Miss Mabekan there was a me can not Mabekan there was a me the ada Ghana for asibebre say omo share John Dramani Mahama president-elect any NDC for nyina wa omo show mwen munyam na omudi tumi no amayen said for the next 4 years no yes so yemran bebu oman no na yenhwe bibia yes so yedi beduru. Now before I make say my expectation were met or not no me try article be Friday which is a day before the elections. Now with them it will take about a minute mamin fan kind and try for so
no
that omo anya bia nkan no at least through your medium or Mususubeti de Mesusumekaye on Friday, a day before the elections. Now it goes like this. Those of you who are still thinking of whether to vote for John Mahama or Dr. Baumia, I have good news for you. Oh, Mebo. Anyway, yeah, me pa cho bebre. Na min ko real quick. But none can also swear that but me person me kind no. Okay. Me kind or say
Okay.
me say you can listen to Peace FM's morning show or Man FM or Wuntimi TV. You can also rely on the polls conducted by MPP's Dr. Smart Sapon. Tickle yourself and think that Dr. Maumia may win the elections on Saturday. The fact on the ground is that the energy and the force of change that is coming is so strong that anyone who attempts to stop it will be blown away. The force of change is stronger than hurricane or earthquake. The change is going to reset the judiciary, the executive, and with over 170 MPs, the legislature. The change is going to recover all the loot under this sick Nanado Baumia government and get Ghana its second independence. The change is going to make history, and I would want you to be proud of yourself by becoming part of this change. Don't spoil your vote. Vote for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC on December 7th. Abano Mahama Afa. This was published by me on December 6th, a day before.
Okay, a day before the elections.
And this was what I predicted. That there were some people, me they answer a question on whether my expectations were met.
Yeah.
There were some people who were going to the pro MPP radio stations. And I was listening to them because, as a matter of fact, that was where I wanted to listen to what they were saying, so I can know what their expectations are. And then in my write-ups, I can manage their expectations for them. Enti, uko Wuntimi TV, uko My FM, uko Kokroko, Kwame Sefa show na utie the MPP for no can. The only thing you can conclude is Ghana for. Because with all this mess now, messing up the economy, they had that infantry, they had that courage, they had that bravery to say, Abana ye koto non rano, ombesanswa rene. Then you begin to think about what kind of people are these. Say, Omono, they don't even look at the circumstances in which they are. They don't look at the environment in which they are talking. They just talk anyhow, without respect and without fear. And that was why on Friday I came forward and told them, say, the change that is coming will be so strong. The force behind the change that is coming will be so strong than a hurricane or an earthquake. And I told them, say, the change is coming to reset the judiciary. The change is coming to reset the executive. And with over 170 MPs, the legislature. Now, media crowd, I was very modest. I just said over
180 something. Yeah.
Now, at the end of the day, we had over 180 MPs.
I think 186, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, which is
The
over
last time I
100.
checked.
Actually, it's 188.
88, okay. Then it has been updated.
With three independents.
Yeah.
And about 80 something, 85 MPs from the opposition side, the MPP. So if you are asking me that has my expectation been met, it has been overwhelmed. My expectation has been met and it has been overwhelmed. Now, unim me ba studio no. He said, na Chema Aqua Ekasa. He's a good friend of mine. As a matter of fact, me na ye juma pa pen in the name of NDC. And to nimi pa na misumi nimi pa. Nana oka what the next NDC government is going to do. In fact, I stated some of them in my article that we are going to reset Ghana. Chairman Aqua said it, and Chairman Aqua there or say or classify to the economy. We are going to reset the economy. We are going to reset the judiciary. Anyone in the judiciary who was an enemy to the NDC, now NDC is in power with more than 2/3 of the parliamentarians. And if we are going to take a decision on anybody in Ghana now, we don't need the MPP because we got the majority, we got a 2/3 majority already. It should be made this signal should go very clear.
So
anybody.
Doc, wait here, sir. Majority of Ghana for the NDC. Do you think the Ghanaian deliberately did that just so that NDC would, or the next government, which is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his administration, going to speak for them by, as you rightly said, by resetting Operation Recover All Loot, those who have to be face prosecution, those who have to refund whatever they have gotten wrongly from the state near there, no, wouldn't say Ghana for Ashada no one is a majority, no, just so that we meet that expectation of theirs.
Correct. Well, but the secret thing is that about these elections we had yesterday was that everyone who voted for the NDC voted for him or herself.
That's true.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Inti mi minima ba ukwakoto. Ana minima ba mi ma me kwakoto, minima ba mi papa kwakoto, ba me kwakoto ama NDC ama mi ankasa me ho. And at the end of the day, no, me koto ma me ho. Me koto abanu ma NDC for myself. Me koto ma NDC for herself. Me papa koto ma NDC for herself. Me nyanu nyina koto ma NDC for themselves. Until at the end of the day, no, NDC got the majority, and that is where we are. In fact, with this majority, no, I am assuring Ghanaians, say, we are going to make very good use of it. They have entrusted their hope, their future, and anything that they wanted NDC to come and do for them. They have entrusted those things in our hands. And President-elect John Dramani Mahama is going to champion that cause. He is going to appoint an attorney general who is going to make sure that all this loot and share will be uncovered. He is going to appoint a finance minister who is going to make sure that we work hand in hand to make sure Sikana baby Skebia fat through the Ministry of Finance, no, they are going to uncover it. And he's going to appoint an IGP who is going to help coordinate all these people because it is the police that will prosecute. And we need an IGP who is in the interest of Ghana to prosecute all these people. And then the lawyer will take the matter to the court. And we are going to reset the judiciary. In fact, in one of my articles, and I think I said it here, I'm saying, Jerome show no. I told Ghana for say President Mahama Sebeya only one lawyer. Now on setting up one court. Omajuma ni say sikabia ayira wa Ghana bia omohwehwe maye. Sikabia ayira wa Ghana bia sa judge I'm not talking about special prosecutor because that man what say your friend is saying sa office no. I don't know how President Mahama is going to deal with him, whether he's going to maintain him or whether he's going to scrap that office out completely, or he's going to give it to somebody who would work in the interest of Ghana. I don't know how President Mahama is going to do that, but at least yenya one lawyer, yenya one judge, and then we get an IGP who is going to work in the interest of Ghana, not in the interest of any political party, not in the interest of any president, but in the interest of Ghana. Na se omo hwehwe yen sika nyina mayena. Se President Mahama anya hwe kra in his fourth term na otimi gi Ghana fo ye sika mayena. That will be a big plus for him. And na eno be ma NDC the surest transition from 2028 to 2029 and beyond.
Thank you.
And the Ghana for free President Mahama only say omra no be ye dwama Ghana for ombe gi esika mayen omo wi sika bia e wo say di omutum bia onfo omutum na ade bia so a obeye ama Ghana for ye ho ahinhan yen to say taxes bebrebo a MPP for the agu yesu yi obeyi bi free so and obeyi bi free ho na se Ghana for ye ho hinhan yen na wanye bibia wansi school dan bia wansi hospital bia wansi akwan bia wanye hwe kra ma Ghana for a me sure say Ghanaians will be satisfied with his job, and the transition into 2028-2029 will be smooth for the NDC government.
Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you so much, Dr. Lawrence. Dr. Lawrence, yete nenkano Yankopon Shafe mamenko eye Kwame Ajimai hono so menye last thought 3 minutes na afi yemfred media no emre Kwame. You have 3 minutes. Work within that time.
Okay.
This year, Ghana for it at the 2 minute mamu, at the NDC. Ghana for a dear no share anymore. Say NDC, a bayamom.
Okay, me tell 3 minutes no na me fa enchia kese ma me ankasa me do for me eye dan so amate da baby obi amachia na machia me ankasa me sister Mrs. Gloria mention for ye or Apostles Continuous in Church or Ayeduase machia na baby obi a machia na sinkun mi dia banti on so le no onkosa me nua Fred nyame adom eje nya bedru nyakopon enam ni mobru ho so ni nimbia so ni bibia de tumi no ahye nsa ene mo fidie kasi so abomu anfie nwotwenye ama nyame adom enema ba na me de afutio kakra metimi akane se ese breho yini nka so MPP for refi wo mo ho refi ho ade a ese nima bibri MPP for refi wo mo ho nti later no mo we so mbeka no mo yeso mo bebreki 8 no mo se ni ba bebreki wo mo eno nti ade a NDC metimi aka se Ghana for metimi ahwe ni mu afie ho ne se bema Ghana for esum ayomusu ombetie ombebi mu asum ama Ghana for etie Ghana for esufre enema bi a enye emma Ghana ni bia no se mudi bibi ba na se de bibi ba na se Ghana for se aha enya o se betwentwen na se se ne MPP for ya so de se Muslim for se yi lebi enyam se no ane de beba covid e twam se no ane beji tax kese enema bi a ense fata PSHS mum ya hwe ne enye ni ye na ga se akwara ko school bosumi mienu friends bosumi ba kuna betena pe bosumi miensa mo se da eno ane beye se ye could ye me refi ne koye se bia senior eto MPP emre nyame anyadema na ye pese ye call more than 12 years no ye nso ye nkwankonya ne sa enti de di kan mesre se ye ma complacency enye ye de na ye be bi asum ama ordinary Ghanaian on bema yesu aye wo musu anime bi agana po ehia no ye be ma no ehia ye secondly na yen sase ni yensu a aban we o tisui na na do ne ba omia atimi asi omutra se ase no ye be mi ani akọ esan se oye bibia wie na se yenye nsu a no a yengine be wu one day ana se de obe bra be bring na be san kristen akoto nsu akoto duane esan yensu yen sase nyina ese we nyina ka ho ne maga na podi ani bre epamom epi ho no enti mesre se ye be mi ani akọ yen sase gara me patire garam se bi ani be kire ho no na ya tutu ne mayi na ensase na ese no yetimi aretwam nsase ne e back se pese yes ani ma we see ye friends your agriculture department yes school for be broma we agric department o mutiki mu nyaduma yi betime yisu mu any whole lot of unemployment yi na betime dey yisu mu dey recover asase ne back eduedu enua na galamsie no yehu kwan befa so regulate no ema wa obeyi bibia no se onkose nsu ana se onkose asase ena se galamsie nti yekoko kura no dingina yetwagu de eye galamsie na ye be mi ni akọ e friend say ye bambo the party security system ye be ma because say o man bia be kọ nanim a ejina e friend say the security enti se bambo no enye strong wa upie anadukwa na aba beda na yem so utira nko ye obi a chi wakọ mi ankọ na enti ye be sere say o man nanim ko ye security obefa mante na eni aduma ni titi obema na ni akọ police immigration prisons ene friends bambo aduma ku ni nyina no ye befa bibre agum na wona manado a because say security tighter na bitimi am 24-hour economy because obi be 24-hour economy na say security nye tighter obi pon aduma na do na obefi a osuru say ahwefa na obi akuti akọ gi ni phone na fe nso ye de ani ache unemployment rate na ewo soro no wonim say afred nanu ye beka na otumi eto bayi ba omi aka so wa post nurses ko nyina mi ankasa me ofa se ba ko ka ho okodu hon me say friends onko fa appointment letter mla na mo kan enye no kre enkofo awie school ti fie nwotwe nya adwuma nye enti mesere se ba ye mi ani ko hono e san se o ma no e be ko na nimu a ejina adwuma ye so se ye nya adwuma na otu ato odi ama o man no enti mesere enima mi nsa de me susu se ye nye de ni gu kwa ma ye betimi atena kuna no so ache esan se ye ntie NPP for ntie Ghana for sum enima bebre a Ghana for ka se ye ntie ase no eno na NPP for kata omani e de be share Ghana for ko a ene akoye koto be ku ba ene se opa akokora unhu ase enti me di ba wie no a metia me akasa makonta eye kwabran akwa ba bi obi adwon kwabran akwa wo tema port machia ocha de eye set kwabran donko kaswa communication team no we obi a mechia busuafo nyina na ona omotuma NDC ana MPP for no molusu nyina no mefa kwanya we see so say adwebre isan say monkopie monkotuna se na monkohye mo niema yi mo anye niema yi na Ghana for so monkotuna se ti we nyi su we nye ntokwa meda asida atwato so be ma awura friends ba omia se one twenty no se be bi adu no ye hwie ni na wababo tia be kasa enti MPP for tita for ni na no mo man friends de nipa mudi na chi no osem ngina obi ankoda san se anya de nipa gi de mo ye ni na anyi mama Ghana for eni anso de mo ye enti mo nkoda na me de efutio so be ma ye NDC for na ye ni age no so se ye bagi ani a ye ntro ye bo na se 7
Kwame
who say already empty akuna so ebeyem ya ana say bibi to ebe ha me pa nti mesre say ubia manage in moderate way, a professional way so by uncle for asem say uncle
yo ati for we Kwame Achimai na wotenin kano NDC communication officer at Freiburg, Germany. Bennett the next 3 minutes says you Ghana for the battle no or the 2 minute NDC dear na Ghana for and I said dear na within the first 150 days, what should Ghanaians expect?
Okay, many are made say. I'm in check and say Dr. Lawrence. So, I'm say we Jim making it very clear to the people of Ghana. Say, Obetana Kunyaswa in the first 100 days. The Obe say, COVID-19 levy will be year through her. Betting tax will be year through her. Now sanitation levy no, why ye a through her. And ye name say Ghana for so years since this taxes are Tamana e dia be gu Ghana for so. Into you region do money mama say the first 100 days no sa taxes are kesemi and so we na dey free hono. And that is one thing you would dey say oba obeye.
Obey.
Ye no free hono a asem ba ko Ghana for aka over and over again. Amana talk you region do money mama kuma so. And the fight against corruption. And previous speakers nina akasa for corruption. The can say you region do money mama so oba or be fighting against corruption. And your man support overwhelming supported their man on HSM or your mandate into take a decision. He's got every right to take that decision. And see what overwhelming, support of parliament. Into Ghana from bitman did do you must say a Juman ye beye near ye the amount. You region Romani Mahama Asaka. The impose obey be a bank. Sa bank ebe hwe ema eyi die titru eso ye National Women's Bank ebe ban ye maame mo ne ye nananom mo bodwa bosen a omo de be run no businesses some so nya bi e de ahwefie ye region do money mama waka ese within the first year sa bank we say obe chase waka actually say obai na within the first 100 days the 24-hour economy no ko say immediate or 24-hour economy no within the first 100 days, no, the 24-hour economy ebe chase. Ama Ghana for mabuna omunya jumaye. Ekamia say Ghana for your one general problem. Unemployment. And what unemployment is the cause of poverty. And you see a bar. You read the normal mama say, by in the first 100 days, no, create a 24-hour economy. The sole purpose of that policy, no, and see a big creative job opportunities among the young people. Enti, you read the normal mama. I'm making it very clear with us. And I believe that is the very reason why in Ghana for Gina so at the Tuaba at the man. Wasasha ye boss say, Obey, what is Kakasia, Ebi Ra Ayarisemu. Wakatra Yanamum, our mere nurses say, we are nurse near, or the so was now crafty car Philemon and say, so tree a fidia, Sakana or de bano, untia tax also. Now, so tree at a Kojuma mouse on water. Wakashi Yanamo, or Marie JSS. Any high school say so person go go juma or abana be so wasene na wa fa juma sua no ka na wo sua juma ni wi a abana ma certificate of completion IHS say ampa aduma no wasua wunim say the be adachi be utu kwa ko bi ma so na ko pa juma na certificate a exercise ampa juma wunim na wo ya obenya bi e de ni nyina mahama ye region no mahama say o fa ho ka what to do say National Apprenticeship Program. Me feel say me ma dwumo a policy e be boy EP because according to research less than 40% of whom we secondary school and further their studies. It says more than 60% of whom we secondary school to also. And some before we say we have to make use of them by empowering them. You don't want to programs are on base on and no any deba. Say run 24-hour economy. I was saying crop for no productive. Yeah. And you read what the programs say about empower the young people of our country. Enti minia yaba for economic research yaba ese adebia asebia ye be beto to na kwam ne aye ni secondary schools are yesi ye e-blocks yesi akanwura mu no ye read the man mama oba na oba be ye ni ye no ni nyina abeka infrastructure wo sisi a enso numbers na akoso sisi a no said e be ya ye betumi absorb numbers more na your education so no young compromise quality in any way or form enti you know no ba aba no wa ba ma ye nyina
thank you
wa ba Ghana fo nyina enti minia we Ghana ni na to aba de ma you know mani mama o to aba de ma an NDC member of parliament a nya gidie wo ni mu se obebo adwuma de ama ama wo botaye nto to aba de ma no sa botaye no awie peye
ya ba
serve the interests of our people and serve the interests of our country and serve
Thank
the
you.
interests of our future. Minia, medasi.
Yes, that's be brave Bennett Kunedu Yadom etifo ha and a bedema kwemede jumedi SC way today Ghana News TV the election 2024 special edition show and the brewo and Ghana for Kwabato so kotoaba ama nyankopon adom omato obama de ama NDC are winning both parliamentary and presidential overwhelmingly na eno and a panelist Dr. Lawrence and Chairman Kwesi Akwa and Kwame Agyeman Bennett Kunedu Omunyina do mono atumu se NDC enya 2/3 majority in parliament, and this 2/3 of majority in parliament are very potent. To the next 4 years, NDC has no excuse or whatsoever to still say nanki pese ye we nembum parliament and me pass it through parliament and ye use majority na ye nyano na ye fan fight against corruption, ye fan fight corrupt officials, ye fan fight against anybody who is acting unprofessionally within the security services, the judiciary, and even the civil service. Ye use our majority never prosecute the agenda of good governance. Not NDC. That revolutionary spirit, start over 19 years. NDC, it me dear kunya. Yintimi ensa sa history yensa repeat sa history we ena eye enuanom mo de atudwa na believe say NDC eye Papa John Dramani Mahama ene mpanyimfo omunim dada into ombedi hu dwuma. And today Ghana News TV yefa NC so will monitor the policies of NDC very closely na be NDC coach no etima tenetene na Ghana etima faduma pefra. Yada ye panelists ase Dr. Lawrence yada wase Chairman Akwa yada wase na afi yenua Bema Kwame Agyeman yada wase na Bennett Kunedu Yadom so yada mo nyina mo ase.
Chamaminchia Dr. Lawrence or Dr. Bicho Ichia Merry Christmas in advance.
Yeah. Then no not Merry Christmas in advance. And also na make actually a careful for nyina say mo Merry Christmas in advance. I believe say we'll have our another show before we break for the Christmas into yebete honka ne etefo yeda must be dwumadi no ebisiase nyame inhra mo nyina.
The victory of my